Heath and Heather's big leap in the warm and whimsical town of Maple Creek every Saturday morning smelled like cinnamon rolls, and the sidewalks sparkled with chalk drawings of stars, suns, and silly stick people doing cartwheels. In a cozy yellow house at the end of Dandelion Lane lived two siblings, Heath and Heather. Heath was the kind of kid who built everything. Fortresses out of cereal boxes. Robots with blinking lights. Once, he even turned a shoebox into a tiny vending machine. Heather was the kind of kid who danced everywhere. In the kitchen. On the lawn. Even in the school hallway when she thought no one was looking. They were different in many ways, but one thing was the same: they loved cheering each other on. One breezy Monday morning, Mrs. Penny stood in front of the class holding a sparkly golden flyer. "Drumroll, please," she said with a grin. The kids tapped their desks. "This Friday is our school's big talent show," she declared. "You can sing, dance, juggle, tell jokes, build something cool, play an instrument, or create something totally unique." The classroom erupted with excitement. Heath's eyes lit up. "We could build something amazing," Heather gasped. "Or perform a dance routine." Mrs. Penny added, "You'll have 3 minutes on stage. Show us what makes you shine." Heath and Heather sprawled across the living room rug, surrounded by cardboard, glitter glue, and music books. Heath scribbled robot designs. "Let's build Boogie Bot, a dancing robot that plays music. And I can dance beside him," Heather said, doing a spin and nearly knocking over a lamp. But suddenly, Heath's hand froze. "What if Boogie Bot breaks down on stage?" he whispered. "What if everyone laughs?" Heather stopped mid-dance. "What if I forget my steps? What if I trip? What if I look silly?" They looked at each other and sighed. Suddenly, all their excitement had crumbled like a dropped cookie. That night, Heath tossed and turned. Heather stared at the ceiling. Just before midnight, they each slipped into a mysterious dream. They stood in a moonlit field, in front of a giant wall covered in fog. The wall had their names carved into it, Heath and Heather, but it was cracked and crumbling. Suddenly, a sparkling owl with shimmering feathers swooped down. "I am Olana, keeper of courage," she said in a voice like wind chimes. "Why are you hiding behind doubt?" Heath looked down. "We're scared we'll mess up." Heather nodded. "We don't think we're good enough." Olana opened her wings. "Everyone doubts themselves. But bravery isn't about never being scared. It's about showing up anyway." She handed them each a glowing star. "Place this in your heart. And tomorrow, take the first brave step." The next morning, Heath sat up and blinked. "I had the weirdest dream." "With a sparkling owl named Olana?" Heather asked. They gasped. "We both had it." Heath grinned. "Maybe it means we're supposed to try." Heather nodded. "Even if we're nervous." So they got to work, one brave step at a time. Heath built Boogie Bot out of cardboard, wires, and a music chip that played bouncy beats. Heather practiced her routine with sparkly sneakers and a headband shaped like lightning bolts. But it wasn't always perfect. One day, Boogie Bot's arm flew off mid-spin. "Yikes!" Heath yelped. He just launched his hand like a rocket. Another day, Heather slipped on a sock and flopped onto a beanbag. "Well," she said, laughing, "at least I landed on something soft." Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Bye!